Hello and welcome to yet another noobreview.com quick look. This time we're looking at Dead or Alive 5, and joining me for this little adventure into beat-em-up land is Jose Luis Perez Zapata.
Hello.
And David Lee.
Hi.
Hello, fine gentlemen. Now, I'll admit, right off the bat, my knowledge of Dead or Alive games is fairly limited, other than I know that they're kind of renowned for a certain physics engine that might or might not be anatomy based.
Fan service
and strangely clean breasts, because real breasts don't giggle like that.
Well,
not that the fans of this game mind.
Less than a
frankly,
minute
when I played it, I didn't mind. It's a fun fighting game.
Now, I have got some quick notes because I have done some research, and I've got to say, and I've actually played Dead or Alive 5, and I've had a few goes on previous games as well. And I've got to say, it's, from what very little I've played, obviously, it's absolutely much more improved. Like, there's like a proper, real story mode now, which is really cool. And
which is bonkers from what I hear.
Yeah, it's absolutely mental. And like they've kind of refined the move system, so there's new, more powerful moves that are kind of harder to pull off, and a lot of kind of cinematic stage transitions as well, which you'll probably see coming up now. But yeah, it looks more of a cinematic game, really, which is weird because you don't kind of see that in a lot of beat 'em ups.
Well, to be fair, it's most of the changes are pretty minimal. Like, the game is barely different from Dead or Alive 4, except for the improved graphics and the story mode, which might as well not be there because the story makes absolutely no sense.
Well, yeah, I mean, really,
but it's a solid fighting game. The fun thing about Dead or Alive has always been that it's not as difficult to pick up as most fighting games. I remember Steve mentioning that's why like the fighting community kind of like shows it aside, because it's like the baby's first fighting game. But if you just like sitting down in a couch with your buddies and play have a match in a fighting game, you cannot really go wrong with Dead or Alive.
One thing I've always liked about it is the environments in the Dead or Alive games, and in this new one, you can see from here, it's like the environments are even better. You know, you've got so much more going on in the background. Like this one, you've got monkeys swinging about, leaves falling off trees and vegetation that you bump into. It's just
though that's a bit of a problem, because really you don't want. Really, when you're playing a fighting game, you're not really looking at the environment.
No,
so
that's
it's
true.
kind of. I mean, it's nice. It's nice, pretty backlot, but it's not really the thing I want developers to be focusing on. I just kind of want them to be focusing on the characters and the fighting engine.
You say that, but there is actually kind of an offshoot of that. There's also a brand new Spectators Mode, which you just know is going to be abused by perverts.
The
scantily clad women. As you can see here from Tina,
yeah.
She's not really wearing a lot at all, but
that's just a normal wrestling outfit.
Yeah.
Really, I'd like to know what wrestling shows you go to, David, because I would often.
Honestly, it reminds me of the stuff I've seen people wear in WWE. So.
Speaking of wrestling, this is the Spectator Mode I was literally just on about. That's cool. Yeah, so it essentially just freezes the action. But, as you'll probably see very late on in this video, it can be abused as well. Here we go. Great.
Yeah.
Why, I'm not surprised.
I feel dirty.
Classy, guys.
This.
Classy.
So this is what this game does to people. It turns them slightly immature.
Hey, but you know, it's...
Slightly is the right word.
It's a cool new feature. Oh, great. You can even save photos. Who knew? And share it.
If you couldn't save photos, I could see people saying, okay, what's the point of this?
Yeah. You know what? I feel really dirty watching
this.
Yeah. Why are we watching this?
So what was that thing about the fact that the community
I'll
doesn't
tell
take
you
this game
what.
seriously?
While this is kind of going on, let's talk about some more about the fighting quickly because the video's nearly ended anyway. But yeah, new power moves, new stage transitions, which is actually something that a lot of new fighting games are incorporating because I've seen that the new Justice.
Oh yeah, the
DC.
Injustice God Amongst Men.
That's got a lot of
awesome.
the same kind of cinematic parts in it. So.
Actually, going back to the story mode, I wonder if this is like an influence by like Mortal Kombat because that had an absolutely fantastic
Almost
story
certainly.
mode.
And I think we will just leave it
yeah,
there
I think we
with
should
this
leave
picture.
with this lovely image. That's been Dead or Alive 5.
Thank you for playing. Presented by
Noob Review.